Select your 3D object, go to Modifier section, select Add Modifier and choose Build Modifier here. When you work with Grease Pencil objects, then select your wanted Grease Pencil object, go to Modifier, select Add Modifier and choose Build Modifier here. The build modifier causes the faces of the mesh object to appear or disappear one after the other over time. So it is necessary to work with the timeline as well. It doesn't matter if you are working with the 3D or a Grease Pencil object. Always select your wanted object, go to the modifier property shelf, select Add Modifier and choose Build Modifier in the Generate section. I will work with this cube and raise the face count so that we see the result more clearly. You get a small bunch of adjustment possibilities once the build modifier is added to the object. Define a start frame where the object should start and how long the building process should take by adjusting the length, which is actually a number for the frames in the timeline. By default, faces appear in the order in which they are stored in memory, by default the order of creation. It is as well possible to use reverse to let your object disappear over time. The face vertex order can be altered in the edit mode by using Sort Mesh Elements in the Mesh menu. There you have different possibilities how to build up your object with this modifier. Just to mention this in the beginning, I will only show the difference with view z-axis, view x-axis, cursor distance and material now, and need to remove the modifier before I use sort elements again, because otherwise I am getting some conflicts and it should work properly for you as well. When you have chosen one of those functions, then always check the function properties, which will only be visible after application. It is always necessary to select faces instead of vertices or edges in the adjustment panel of each function. Otherwise, it may not work for you. The first phase of creation order before I use the subdivide function plays still an important role. Back to the beginning when we applied the sort element. You are able to do some adjustments in this panel here. For example, to reverse the direction for the face creation axis. As mentioned before, always use face here. The modifier builds up your faces from one to the other side. For sure the reverse direction as well. Set your cursor to a specific position. I will place it in this corner here. Now use the sort element function and cursor distance. Assign different materials to your object. It matters which order you assign your materials to it. The build modifier is definitely working together with other modifiers, but I would just advise you to care use of some modifiers like bevel, skin or subdivide modifier, particularly if you're using the array modifier as well. Those crashes the software this morning and it was not very funny for me. I will show you the array modifier, which I used 2 times only for this video chapter. The relative offset always works with the current active faces and will adjust the offset every frame. I think I will use a constant offset for this example so the array have a specific position. If you want to know more about the array modifier, then check out my latest video, which I will link in the info card now. Just to mention this in the end for the build modifier on 3D objects. I haven't found a possibility to control the building speed between the start and end frame. Maybe you know how you do this, then let us know in the comments below and I will pin your answer. Each brush stroke counts to the creation process of the grease pencil object. So if you finish your drawing and add the build modifier, then you are able to watch a time-lapse of it. Set your start delay frame and define how long the building process should take in frames. Choose a transition with grow, shrink, and fade. Very interesting, and which is not possible for 3D objects, is the use factor function, which defines a value between 0 and 1. 0 is the beginning of the drawing process and 1 is the end. You are able to animate this value and control specific timestamps of your drawing. Adjust those keyframes in the top sheet. But this is not all. The build modifier gives you much more control for the drawing in the influence section. Here you are able to define a specific layer which should be influenced by this modifier. The other layers will not be touched by it. Or add another build modifier and control this layer with different start delays and number of frames. I was very fascinated when I saw this for the first time. That's all so far. Thank you very much for watching. It would be very nice to give this video a like and or subscribe to our YouTube channel for more game dev videos. Cheers!